Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I believe we are live right now. Tonight, we are doing a little bit of a special emergency broadcast here. There are protests and riots sort of building up tonight all across the country, namely in Los Angeles and Minneapolis, Minnesota, as far as I can tell. These are the two big hotspots. And so tonight, we are going to do, and we've done this in the past, and it always is very interesting to say the least. We're going to be doing a couple hours of riot watch tonight. We've done this during all of the old No Kings protests, No Kings riots, some of the older anti-ICE riots outside the Portland ICE facility. And so today, a lot of people are saying that if things are going to get unruly, they are going to get unruly tonight. That this is the night. If anything is going to happen, it would be tonight. It would be this night. And so, folks, tonight, what we're going to do is we are going to be covering all of this live as it unfolds for the next 3, 4, 5, 6 hours, however long it seems like crazy stuff is unfolding. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be all night, late night coverage here today. It's going to be a little bit different from how we normally do things, but I think it'll be interesting nonetheless. Now, let me get everybody kind of caught up to speed. Ladies and gentlemen, in Los Angeles on the big screen right now, a group of protesters, and they have been a little bit crazy. I've been keeping tabs on them for about 45 minutes now, have gathered outside of the Los Angeles federal government building. This is where ICE and DHS, they are housed inside of this building. And so a big collective of protesters have, like I said, about 45 minutes ago, arrived outside of this building here. And they've been kind of pushing up and falling back and pushing up and falling back. Now, in Los Angeles, we have another live feed. There is another group of protesters marching through the streets of Los Angeles elsewhere, and this is actually about 3 blocks away. They were all together at the federal building, and then this group split off, and they are continuing to walk around. And but what we've seen in Los Angeles is that the second it gets a little bit dark, that is when things get a little bit insane. So it's not quite dark yet down in Los Angeles. Now, in Minnesota, the person that I've actually had a little bit of difficulty finding Minneapolis live feeds. So we might end up swapping our live broadcasts around a couple times. This person we're looking at over here on the far left was just at the Renee Gold vigil or memorial that they have set up. And I think this individual is now leaving to go somewhere else. Word on the block is that there will be, whoa, there's a big zoom out, is that in Minneapolis, there will be big, massive riots tonight. And right now in Minneapolis, I believe it is 7 p.m. Correct me if I'm wrong, 7 p.m. And so it is still a little bit early, but we're going to be here all night. Let's cut back to this. Now, I want to show you something here, ladies and gentlemen. I pulled this up on Google Maps for any of you that are curious. Where are we right now in Los Angeles? This is the United States DHS building. This is the federal building right here. And we are on the east side. Right here is where our point of view is. Whoa, we'll come back to that in a minute. Anyway, as you can see, this is where all of these people are positioned. Well, astounding. Looks like we're about to lose our Los Angeles feed. Right as we go live, it looks like our helicopters have just run out of gas. Okay, well, we'll come back to that here in a minute. But anyway, this is the building that these protesters are positioned outside of right this very moment. You know what? I actually have an on-the-ground live feed right now. Take a look at this. I came prepared. So this is, once again, right outside that building, on the ground. They have surrounded the federal building. Now, this is what I was about to show you, folks. This is that federal building. Look right across the road, and it is nothing but graffiti. Chinga la migra, F this, F that, F Charlie Kirk. Liberty, Libertad, Anarchy sign, Black Lives Matter fist, F DHS, Palestine flag. I don't even know what the hell these flags are. Viva Mexico, F Israel. And so anyway, they have sent, there's the Mexican flag, FDHS, go away. And this is right outside of the federal, but this is the big federal building here. where the protesters are gathered around right this very moment. I've got on the ground coverage. Tonight, whenever we do these live coverage broadcasts, you guys know how it goes. I have to end up hunting new broadcasts and hopping around. So it is going to be a crazy night. By the way, especially tonight, if I miss any super chats, I really am very sorry. If you could see here from my point of view, I have like 10 billion windows open. So everybody, thank you for tuning in. I apologize in advance if I miss anything. I really do apologize. I'm going to try to be on top of everything tonight. There's a lot going on, though. We have a super chat here from JRG Projects. Waltz knows he's cooked and wants this Civil War conflict. Yeah, that I think so. I think he is deliberately trying to escalate this entire situation. Thank you very much. You know, it just occurred to me, ladies and gentlemen, I actually have some recap footage. I want to share something with you. Take a look at this. This is hot off the press about 30 minutes ago. Breaking: Minneapolis police are now receiving stand down orders from the top per police department computer photos that have been leaked out. They have officially surrendered the streets. Oh, look at that, folks. Look over that in Minneapolis. We have graffiti. Somebody is spray painting a city bus. F ICE. And ladies and gentlemen, it begins. And it is already beginning, ladies and gentlemen. But anyway, in Minneapolis, the Minneapolis City Police Force have received stand down orders. Just whatever, it's anarchy zone. Let them do whatever they want. Total surrender. And people are, of course, already calling for President Trump to send in the National Guard. Can I pull this up here? One moment. I want to see. Message from MPLS officer: be advised, crowd is at 708 South 3rd Street. Stay out of the area. The crowd is crossing Portland. So stay out of the area is what the order is. Police, stand down. Just let them do what they want. And by the way, that street, that intersection there, Portland and whatever, that is where Renee Good, had her incident, this incident involving an ICE agent, 2.5 days ago now, 2 days ago. And I wish I could pull up a live feed. I just had one. There was a massive memorial or vigil. In fact, you can actually see it. This was from a couple hours ago. Thousands of people on that road where the shooting took place. The self-defense shooting, by the way. Thousands of people turned out. And so we have already seen thousands of people are on the streets marching around. Say her name. You know what I saw? I saw a group of BLM women today on Twitter that were saying, hey, just so y'all know, say her name is only for black women. We don't say white women's names. Hey, just so y'all know, when we say her name, that's only for black women. We don't be saying the names of no white women. Okay. I see how it is. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I have another very interesting feed over here. I'm gonna throw this up, maybe another angle. We've got lots of angles of what is going on down in Minneapolis. If y'all would do me a favor, make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. And of course, folks, I am going to keep on bringing up. I need to find another Los Angeles live feed right now, folks. Stand by. I had two, and I kid you not, the second I went live with you guys, both of my Los Angeles live feeds, I think the helicopters ran out of gas. Unbelievable. Very disrespectful that they would do that to us. So I'm attempting to find another one here. Stand by here, folks. Los Angeles. You know, it might just be the case right now. I'll go ahead and put this up on the full screen. And so once again, folks, they are right outside the federal building. What did they bring? Gas masks? Trench coats? Makes you wonder, what are they concealing underneath the trench coats? Riot helmets, gas masks, upside down American flags. They've got their George Soros funded posters. Whatever they say, all the posters are perfectly identical, bought and paid for. Brought to you. This poster has been brought to you by George Soros. Oh, we have a broadcast from IRT Media. Okay, hold up. Stand by. Thank you very much. I got to say these, oh, wow. Excellent. Amazing. Amazing. Thank you. This is perhaps a better angle. Thank you for that. Can I get rid of the live chat? There we go. Yep. And full screen. Okay. No, thank you for that. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. So once again, this is right outside that very same federal building. Now we have two different points of view. Look at that. Now, about 45 minutes ago, these protesters, they were directly pushed up against the gate, and they were given an order to get off the gate, because, and I'll tell you, because all of them dispersed immediately. I don't know if they were threatened or what, but you can kind of tell. You can see some federal officers behind the gates. You see some people walking around. I'm telling you, folks, for those of you that have never done a Riot Watch stream here in this community, oh, that guy's throwing something up there. What are you doing, buddy? For those of you that have never tuned into a Riot Watch broadcast here on this channel, things oftentimes start off a little bit slow. It gets darker, the night unfolds, and before you know it, it's just total chaos. So what we've seen in Los Angeles, this is generally how it goes. When the sun is up, things remain kind of civil. And then the sun goes down, it gets darker, and that is when things tend to get a little bit silly, a little bit crazy. And right now, of course, what it seems like to me, I'm looking over here at the Minneapolis live feed, and we've got numerous of them. Take a look. We have another one right there. I am seeing in the last half hour or 45 minutes, I'm seeing all of these live broadcasters. They are walking somewhere. They're going somewhere. They were all coalesced at the vigil site, the memorial site for Renee Good. And they were hanging out there for 2 or 3 hours. And then all at once, all of them decided to relocate. So everybody is moving right now in Minneapolis. I can only assume that they are in the process of traveling downtown, where they will riot, because that's what we saw last night. That's exactly what we saw last night. They were at the vigil. It got a little bit darker. And then, of course, we saw groups of rioters trying to break into hotels last night, battering in the doors. Now, do we have any audio here? Let me listen to this here, folks, and I'm going to pull up some other footage for you folks. This is all live. You're tuning in live. Thank you, folks. She's like, young man, listen, you got to get out of here. Folks, they are slowly pushing back in towards the federal building. These officers inside the building, the federal officers, they do not like that. At a certain point, they're going to come out and push them back off. They did that about 45 minutes ago. Got to keep a distance here. Open the asylums. Yeah, you know, hey. Now I'm going to take a look at some super chats here. I see one over here from the true Drew King. Tim Waltz is the biggest beta pansy I've ever seen. This is absolutely disgusting, and it's funny because he tries to come off as being such an all-American tough guy. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Patriot Corrals, thank you. Popeye 19661, thank you very much. Listen, I want to say this again because I'm already feeling guilty. On a broadcast like this, where there's so much going on, I'm keeping tabs on 10 billion things. I'm sorry, I apologize. There is a reasonable chance I might miss a super chat here or there. So if that is really going to bother you, if I miss your super chat, you know what? Save it tonight. And then do the super chat maybe tomorrow, because I'm already feeling guilty. I just know I'm going to miss something because it's so hectic tonight. I apologize in advance. That being said, I'm going to do my best. Falcon's Disciple, thank you very much. And another one, this is a massive one. He says, shocked to hear you haven't read these, so the homework is on me. 1984 Animal Farm, Fahrenheit 451. These were required reading. Yeah, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Look at all of these radicalized nut jobs. Look at this. And once again, they are parked right outside the federal building here. Mexican flag and Palestinian flag. These days, if you want to be a good libtard, you got to have the Mexican flag, the Palestine flag, the Black Power, the Black Lives Matter flag, the trans pride flag, the BIPOC flag of impunity, of inclusivity. You got to have the upside down American flag. Man, it's getting a little bit complex. It's like, we get it, you're gay. We get it. You are gay. You got to have the gay pride flag. Yeah, it's like, it's a bit much. It's a lot of flags. It's a bit much. The Somali flag. Yeah, that's right. Now, I will give you some recap updates here. So, folks, like I said, the Minnesota police tonight have already received a stand down order. They've already been instructed, leave the protesters alone, leave the rioters alone. And this is the type of behavior that we've been seeing. This footage is just from a couple hours ago. Take a look at this. This is what is going on out here today, 3 hours ago. It is these federal officers versus the forces of darkness. The far-left, radically progressive, extremist hordes. The police have been given stand-down orders. Police, stay away. Just let it all unfold. They're totally surrounded, right? Oh, they got a live one.
Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back!
Oh, you know what? This is that footage from the other day. This footage is from 2 days ago. We've seen this guy get pepperballed right in the face. That's right. We've seen this one. So things are just out of control. They have been for days. This is from a couple hours ago. A Somalian mob just rushed an ICE agent in St. Cloud, Minnesota. Look at this. Look at that. Wow. Yeah, we have a serious problem. 2 ICE agents versus 100 Somalis. We got to flood the zone. Listen, we are going to need more ICE agents. We are going to need more boots on the ground here. We need more guys. That's the honest to God truth. And I hate to say it does look like they got pushed out of town here, or pushed out of this situation. It seems like they were coming after this guy, and then like 100 Somalis came flooding out. And the ICE agents did get pushed out. So what does this mean? This is out of control. A lot of people are talking about the Insurrection Act. Let's get our on-the-ground footage again. This is right outside the Los Angeles ICE facility, the federal building. Far-left radicals have surrounded the Los Angeles federal building. Do we have aerial footage back yet? No. We had aerial footage before, and I'm looking for more here. Over in Minneapolis, they are on the move. They're on the move. They're all going somewhere. Last night around this time, what we saw in Minneapolis, all the protesters, all the rioters, they transitioned. They were all hanging out over at the Renee Good Vigil or Memorial, and then all at once, they all moved together collectively. They all walked to downtown Minneapolis, at which point they started rioting and breaking into hotels. Last night, they ended up breaking into 3 different hotel lobbies. And you might be saying, why hotels? Why are they breaking into hotels in downtown Minneapolis? Well, simple. They were hunting ICE agents. They were trying to find the hotel that the ICE agents were staying at so that they could break into the hotel and then what? What? Kill them? I don't know. Who knows what they were going to do to him? At that point, Minnesota State Police, not Minneapolis City Police, Minnesota State Police, when things got really bad last night, showed up with riot gear and helped defend the hotel. So last night it was just crazy. We'll see if we have anything else like that happening tonight. As a reminder, everybody, do me a favor, both on Rumble as well as on YouTube, hit that like button. Make sure to follow and subscribe. It really does help a lot. Let's see what other recap footage we have here. So we saw the Somalian. I mean, this is like when you're playing a video game and you go up and you attack one monster and then it aggroes 100, and then you have 100 other monsters come up out of the forest and they come attack you. This has some serious video game vibes, except it's not. It's real life. Regrettably, this is real life. This is also real life here. This happened earlier today. They are blocking. Oh. Look at that. These 2 women, they're trying to go somewhere. I thought they were the ones causing problems. No, the road is blocked by these far left radicals, and the women are like, get the hell out of the way. This is from earlier today, a couple hours ago. Unbelievable. Look at that. Unbelievable. Wow. You know, imagine, God forbid, your wife was in the back of the car going into labor, or you had an accident in the house, your kid has a wound, your kid cut himself on the arm, or you got to go to the hospital. Emergency, your child is wounded, your wife is in labor, your grandma is dying, whatever it is, emergency, and you just got to go to the hospital, urgent care immediately, emergency room, and you can't because you're confronted by hundreds of far-left progressives blocking the intersection. This is just insane. Enough is enough. Enough is enough. We have a super chat here from Dakota. Liberals use tampons for earplugs. That may or may not be the case. Is that true? Is that, hold it, wait a minute. Is that true? Do liberals really use tampons for earplugs? Astounding. CL Scorpio, he says, perfect time for them to execute warrants elsewhere. These riots are isolated to small areas. Go in dark, get it done. Ah, a diversion. Or, you know, make the most of the situation. Not a bad idea. Thank you. Not a bad idea. This is TSAT in the Rumble wallet. Hey, thank you very much. Check out the Rumble wallet, USDT Tether. This is Hammy says, who keeps more, YouTube or Rumble? Rumble. Wait, no, who keeps more? YouTube keeps more. On Rumble, I keep more. On Rumble, I keep more. Yeah, I got a little confused. You know what I'm trying to say. Thank you very much. Good question, though. Good question. YouTube takes a bigger cut of super chats. Just to be clear. But all the support is appreciated. This is Popeye. He says, keep an eye on Iran's airspace tonight. All inbound and outbound flights have been canceled. I know, there's big stuff going on in Iran right now also. There has been for a week, and it seems to be picking up. Tonight, like you said, it's difficult because there's so much going on domestically here in the US. There's like almost too much to talk about. You know what I mean? When it rains, it pours. But I have been loosely following that situation as well. Thank you very much. This is Lars Roca. He says, I hope they stay safe because these rioters are funded and dangerous. My prayers for our servicemen and women. By the way, I'm a proud Mexican-German-American. Mexican-German-American, which means I'm definitely American. Well, hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. Salute or surrender, he says they tried to have a protest in Fort Pierce, Florida yesterday and no one showed up. Yeah. I've seen, you know, in a lot of places they try to organize these protests and it just doesn't work out. They don't have the people for it. In a place like Minneapolis, in a place like Los Angeles, they do. They do have the people for it. As it would turn out. These idiots act like they are fighting a revolution like the people of Iran are right now. It's been reported 2,000 killed already there. Terrible. Terrible. Good luck to the Iranian people. I hope they get their freedom. Good luck to them. Whoa. Now I'm seeing here, do we have our aerial footage back yet? There's a woman on the ground. She is broadcasting this. She's somewhere in the audience over there. In the crowd, rather. I'm gonna quickly scan for breaking news updates. Oh wow, folks, I want to show you what I was talking about. I've got footage of this now. This federal building that we are looking at right now, I said that about a half hour ago they tried to storm the building. I was not lying. Take a look. Take a look at this. This was not too long ago. All of these protesters, they had pushed up to the gate. They were trying to break into the federal building here. Something happened up there. I'm not sure if they got threatened or if one of them got shot in the face with a pepper ball or what. I don't know. But they all fled away from that building pretty damn fast. And then they kind of settled back into the line that they are in now. But they were pushed up. And then something happens up here. And boom, and they are out of there. Yeah, something right up there must have happened. I don't know if they got pepper sprayed or what. Who knows? But anyway, now this is what the exterior of that building looks like. And once again, this is the federal building. This is where DHS and ICE, they are based out of in Los Angeles. Now, can I show you something here? See this? This is the building we're talking about. Same building, you recognize that. Right across the road, it's just nothing but far left, radically progressive, anarchist graffiti. Chinga la migra, F everything, Black Pride, Black Fist of Power, whatever that's called. F Charlie Kirk, F our politics, Free Palestine, Illuminati, F DHS, F ICE, Viva Mexico, Palestina, Libre, Palestine flag, F Israel, Free my people. And so once again, a bunch of anarchist signs. This is right across the road from, this is that federal building. This is where all the protesters are located right this very moment. Oh, you know what? You can see from this point of view, it looks like they actually got rid of a lot of that graffiti. You can actually see here, hey, turn your camera to the left. I think they got, actually in real time, they got rid of that graffiti, a lot of it good. And they have set up some drum circles or something. Really just astounding. I'm checking out Minneapolis again. They are on the move. I'm going to see if I can find any other Minneapolis live broadcasts for a better angle here. Stand by here, folks. But first off, we do have an absolutely massive super chat from Leon Smith up in YouTube. He says, Trump needs to send the Marines, the Army, and the Green Beret. That's going to get bad. I hope to God I'm wrong. You know, Trump most certainly, he's got the best intelligence of anyone. More than you, more than me. Trump knows what's going on. Most certainly within his administration, within his cabinet, they have determined where is the red line. If the far left progressives, if things cross this line, wherever that line is, then they will invoke the Insurrection Act and go all in, take control of the National Guard of the State Guard here. You know, I guess we have to assume by nature of that not happening, that line has not been crossed yet. Trump has not done that for a reason, we have to assume. And only Trump knows where that line is that should not be crossed. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. P. Kelly says, what does it take for the Insurrection Act to take place? Thanks, Matt. Well, that's what I'm saying. Only Trump knows. By the way, some people are saying, what does the Insurrection Act even allow? It allows President Trump to use the U.S. military on U.S. soil, which is normally otherwise not allowed. If there's some massive riot or domestic chaos or invasion or something, Insurrection Act, you can use the U.S. military domestically on U.S. soil. Otherwise, you're not allowed. And the Insurrection Act must be invoked to do that. So, I suppose we have to assume here, as far as Trump is concerned, things have not gotten bad enough to do that. Super chat here from A Bro says, thanks for the feed. Looks like it'll be an interesting night. It is. I'll tell you here, folks, the way that these Riot Watch broadcasts go, we've done a lot of these now, maybe 20 or 30 of them over the last year. They start off kind of slow, and then the night goes on and on and on and on, and they get increasingly crazy. So stick around, get some popcorn, get a beer. It's a Saturday night. Take a seat, and let's hope it is a boring night. Frankly, I don't want to see anybody riot. I hope things remain peaceful and civil. I know that's kind of disappointing maybe, but really, we want peace on the streets. We do. I'm hoping for a boring night, personally, but you never know. We're here. Either way, we're going to be here. Now, hold on here, folks. I am taking a look here at some other Minneapolis live feeds to see what is going on. Do we have another angles here? Falcon Disciple on Rumble, he says water cannons would be real effective. You know, other countries use water cannons. We don't really do that here in the US. And I've never really thought about that too much, but there must be a reason. It must be illegal here in the US to use water cannons. You do see other countries use them, though. You could see how they might be, like, kind of dangerous. I don't know. I wouldn't want to get shot in the face by a water cannon, but, you know, also, I don't want to get shot in the face by an ICE officer, or arrested, or shot by a pepper ball, or water cannon, whatever it is. So you know what I do? I just don't go to these riots or protests. Really, the best thing to do, if you don't want to get shot in the face by a pepper ball or otherwise, just don't go riot outside of a federal building or whatever, right? It's not really that complex. Oh yeah, folks, listen, these... Okay, guys, real quick. I'm looking at 3 different Minneapolis live broadcasts on TikTok right now. And there are 3 different broadcasts. All of these TikTokers are moving in the same direction. They're all going to the same place. The entire crowd, thousands of people, they are relocating. Presumably they're all going downtown. I think the downtown shenanigans in Minneapolis are about to begin. They've got to walk a couple blocks, though. It looks like it is snowing just a little bit in Minneapolis. Right now, it is 21 degrees. In Minneapolis, Minnesota, it is 20... No, is that right? Right now. How hot is it right now? 21 degrees. That is pretty cold. That's pretty cold. You're gonna want to bring some mittens. They're all honking their cars. It's a bit chilly outside. So I'll tell you what, if it was summer, if it was a little bit warmer, you know things would be way worse. So we need to see what happens here tonight. Thank you again, Leon. Super chat here from Abro. Okay, we got the one from Abro. Thank you again. This is Nella Grace up here on YouTube. A massive super chat. She says, "Thank you, Matt, for being here consistently and for providing honest, relevant updates on our world. My husband and I always look forward to you for the facts. We also send our heartfelt thanks to your wife and kids for your time with the community." Oh, hey, thank you very much. I appreciate that. You know, everybody's got a job. Everybody's got to work. So I don't really think I'm away from my family any more than a normal dad or a normal husband. I don't really think so. But hey, I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I'm happy that you and your husband enjoy the show. That means a lot. I'm happy you're tuning in. It's important to have a nice balanced life. That much is true, no doubt. Yeah, we have Captain Toast. I don't know exactly what this guy's deal is. He's dressed up like a piece of toast. Thank you again. I appreciate that, Nella. Thank you very much. Now, this is an on-the-ground footage. This individual is wrapping around the right side of the federal building here. We have a different angle. I'll leave this up here for a minute, and we'll just change our point of view. I'm telling you, folks, in Minneapolis, we are looking at the Great Migration. Where are they all going? Presumably, they're going downtown. I can only assume they're going downtown. That's exactly what we saw last night. And I'll tell you what, folks, listen, a little bit of a reminder. We all saw how crazy things got in Minneapolis last night. The weather tonight is actually better, slightly warmer than it was last night. So, if anybody's thinking, it's too cold, nothing is going to happen, well, it got crazy last night on a Friday. Saturdays are always crazier than Fridays, and it's actually a little bit better weather today. So, you have a certain recipe here. Oh, folks, pull this up. Police are moving. Did you see that? Look at that. The police were charging across the road. Pull up the Los Angeles feed. Police action on the far left in Minneapolis. They were chasing somebody down. I'm not sure who. Look at that. Something is happening down there. They're down here playing their rap music. Not a big fan of rap music. Personally, not a big fan of rap music. Not a big fan of the jungle beats, if I'm honest. I'm sorry, folks. Real quick, I'm looking to see if I can find some aerial footage. No, I had aerial footage out here earlier on in the night, and I kid you not, literally the moment I went live with you guys here, the helicopters ran out of fuel. They had to land and go refuel, and it's been about an hour now, and they haven't gone back up in the air. Now, what in the hell is this woman? What is this? She's got this big dress on. She's got a... looks like a Trump flag, but it can't... it's not... I guarantee she's not wearing a Trump flag. F... something. F something. Uh-oh. Listen, hey, we've got people filming TikTok videos outside of the... federal facility, the federal building here. The feds told them you need to... uh-oh, Antifa guys are going in also. Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching something very bad happen. These protesters are getting a little bit rambunctious. They're pushing in, you can see. Pull this up a bit bigger. Last time they tried this, the feds came out and pushed them back. The crowd is getting a little bit rambunctious again. People are coming on in. All right, we're gonna pay attention to this one here, ladies and gentlemen. This is the federal building in downtown LA. They've got DHS and ICE and all of the federal assets are staged out of this building here. Yep, everybody, pay attention to this one here. Dial in, ladies and gentlemen. I think action is coming, as they say. And we've got a great angle, got a great view here. They are getting a little bit close. Okay. They are pushing up a little bit. Now, folks, I'm sorry. Stand by here 1 minute. Turn up the audio. Okay, you can tell the feds are yelling at them over the loudspeaker. Ladies and gentlemen, take a step back from the building, please. They are warning them. They are warning them. Abolish ICE. Somebody in the live chat is spamming abolish ICE. Then who would apprehend and deport all of the third world illegal aliens? Who's gonna get rid of all the third worlders? If we abolish ICE, hello, dude, you need to think about this. This is why we need ICE, duh. Otherwise, this country's gonna be it's gonna be flooded up with immigrants from the third world. We gotta get rid of these people. Listen, counter offer. Sir, I would like to propose a counter offer. Why don't we give ICE 10 times more funding? Okay, why don't we multiply their funding by a factor of 10? Now, are the feds coming out of the building yet? Yes or no? Not yet. The last thing they want to see is for that gate to open and for the feds to come rushing out.
Yeah, they did earlier one time, but that was it. I'm sure they will, like, within the next 10 minutes.
Yeah, they will.
They're excited.
Minneapolis. Did anybody ever think that we would all be talking about Minnesota this much? In 2025 and 2026, the entire nation is talking nonstop about Minnesota. Of all states, Minnesota. Well, hey, that's the way it is. I've got some footage at the vigil. While these people are moving around still. Hold up, stand by here. You're an effing traitor is what they're yelling at these guys. Nothing. Okay. This is the vigil for Renee Good. And you can tell most people have left. They have relocated downtown. They're on the way downtown to cause some mayhem tonight. Logan says, can we all agree that Tim Walz is guilty of billions of dollars worth of fraud? I think everybody here agrees on that. I think so. I think so. Because it is true, because it's true. Now, time will tell here, folks, if the feds are going to open up the gate and push these protesters back towards the sidewalk. Listen, you got to get your face off the camera here. Listen, we want to see what's going on in downtown Minneapolis. We don't want to look at your big face. No offense. No offense. Oh, hey, look back there behind the gate. They are gearing up. They are getting ready. Wow. I think action is coming here pretty soon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm going to take a moment here to time out some of the chat spammers. I think I got a couple of them. They're saying, your days are over, the revolution is now. Is what they're saying. Is that right? The revolution is now, huh? Yeah, I do have some updates here for you in a moment, but I'm gonna wait to see what happens with this. ICE are the killers. Do any of these far-left radicals ever complain when an illegal alien brutalizes an American? Does the far left ever bat an eye or complain at all when an illegal alien human traffics children or women across the country, murders an American? No, they do not care. Not one bit.
Nuremberg 2.0 is coming for you if the streets don't burn.
Sounds like a threat. Oh, second warning. Second warning going out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, look at this photo coming out of Minneapolis right now. More dead agents with the anarchy sign. This is what is going on in Minneapolis. This is the message. They are saying time and time again, we are going to continue trying to kill ICE agents and right-wing Americans. These people are violent. Oh, I'm getting all types of updates here. Stand by here, folks. I guarantee you, any second now, the feds are going to push out of this building and push these folks back to the sidewalk and probably make a couple arrests. So stand by for that. Amazing, amazing.
You really gonna tackle people and tear gas them? You know that using tear gas would be a war crime in any other country but our own. And you do it to your own people. Fucking shame on you.
Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar is on the streets of Minneapolis giving speeches as of a couple hours ago. She says, we are going to make sure that these people pay for what they have done to us. Oh, the feds are coming out, folks. Hey, lady, listen.
They just smashed the glass or something. What was that?
Okay, listen. If this chick is gonna just run away the second something happens, I'm gonna put this one up on the screen. All right, okay. We have a significantly better view now, ladies and gentlemen. Much better view here. Oh, that's a nice view. That's good. Okay. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, this is the downtown Los Angeles Federal Building. ICE, CBP, DHS, all of them. They are inside of this building right here. And the far left protesters, they have been instructed numerous times to get away from the building, go back to the sidewalk. Windows security. We did not find any threats on your computer. Thank you. Thanks. Thank you, Windows security. Ladies and gentlemen, no threats on the computer. Let's go. Random update. I will tell you what. I have banned the same person 5 times. They keep on coming in the chat spamming abolish ICE. I have banned this guy 5 times. He keeps coming back on new accounts. Listen, brother, if you dedicated this much time and energy to getting a job, you would be a successful person, but instead on a Saturday night, you're in here hopping from YouTube account to YouTube account. You've gone through half a dozen accounts at this point, complaining about ICE. You gotta do something else. You gotta be more productive than that. You gotta do literally anything else than that. I believe in you. Nobody else believes in you, but I do. I believe in you. I'm getting a cough drop. Ice is nice. Ice is nice. Ah, great. More rap music. That's just what we need. So, folks, look behind the gate. You can see the silhouettes of federal officers behind the gate right there. You know they're gonna come out here pretty soon. Now, I want to get caught up on super chats here. I'm a little bit delayed here. This is I'm Not Your Guy, Buddy. He says, can you coexist with people who cheer at the multiple attempts on Trump, Kirk assassination, destruction of vigils, BLM riots, COVID lockdowns? No, this ideology needs to be defeated. It's pretty difficult to coexist with nihilistic, America-hating, violent sociopaths. It is difficult to say the least. We have a super chat up here on YouTube from Wisdom Andy. Says, does this entire situation not simply seem like the 12-year-old kid is complaining to dad about being upset they can't play video games? Yeah, maybe so. I think it's probably a little bit more complex than that, but yeah, it's a little bit. And I say it's a little bit more complex because I think what has resulted in this current dynamic with all of these mind-controlled, brainwashed far-left radicals is really probably 65 or 70 years of never-ending Marxist, communist propaganda in the media, coming from some of our politicians. Most certainly in the universities, it's seeped into the public school system. It is 70 years of propaganda conditioning people to hate themselves, to hate this country, to hate anyone that tries to save or protect this country. And after 70 years, this is where we are. It's this propaganda that has compelled these people to try to open up the border and flood the country with immigrants from the third world. Compelled these people to stop having kids of their own, to replace themselves with immigrants from the third world. It's been a long time coming. A lot has led to this point. Quadruple ice is funning. I think so. I think so. There is a war in the YouTube chat. The individual keeps coming back. He says, ban ice, get rid of ice. And then other people are saying, ice rocks, we love ice, we need more ice. There is a war being waged in the live chat right now. You know what I love about the Rumble chat is that everybody in the Rumble chat really is just on the same page. I think everybody in the Rumble chat is based, for lack of a better word. Love and respect for ice. Ah, great. Spray paint right on the ground. What are you spray painting, brother? Seems like they're trying to block traffic. They are, I see a lot of upside down US flags, a lot of Mexico flags. Trump must go. Middle finger up to ice. A lot of honking. Let's see what that guy is spray painting. Resign? Resign now. Resign now. Wow, epic, dude. Yeah, that'll get him. Yeah, that'll make him resign. Oh, are they coming out? What do we have here? What do we have here? Was haben wir hier? There was some action going on down there, but we're not sure what. Can I take a look at this woman's? Okay, another angle here, folks. Try to pay attention now. Yeah, good. That's perfect. Perfect. I believe we are now blocking traffic, and the cars are getting increasingly aggravated because traffic is being blocked. Once again, folks, do me a big favor while you're tuning in here. If you have not already, please take a quick second to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you have not already. We are on the cusp of hitting 700,000 subscribers because of you. Thank you very much on YouTube. Almost 50,000 down on Rumble. So really, thank you guys. Thank you very much. Uh-oh. This is LAPD out here, folks. I think so LAPD is trying to clear out the road. They've got an issue with the cars getting blocked up. Love the music.
This is a prime example right here. Cervantes, Zuniga.
There's the obligatory fat Mexican flipping people off. Listen, I have seen a lot of these Los Angeles riots and protests. There is always at least one fat Mexican guy walking around with a flat rim baseball cap, flipping people off. Every single time. I don't know where they're coming from. Maybe across the border, I don't know. Ah, he's got one of them George Soros signs. Ah, hey, a fellow George Soros employee. Hey, how do you do? Send my regards to Mr. Soros.
No one is doing anything. No one is doing anything. You can't assault press. Just to let you know, it's illegal to assault press.
press. If they assault you, get your money.
By the way,
They cannot assault press. If they assault you and you are press charges. You can
They cannot assault the press. I think it probably depends on what the press is doing. Press does not have some, like, invincible immunity here. Invincibility immunity. Depends on what they're doing. Got the Virgin Mother there. Excellent. We might be able to find a different angle here. Stand by here, folks. Oh yeah, look at that.
They cannot assault press. If you are press and they assault you, get your money.
This guy's got his face painted like a Cherokee warrior. He has the red face paint across his mouth. Okay, dude. Alright, dude. Bro, you're a Mexican. You're not even Cherokee, dude. You're Mexican. So we have a new police. This is LAPD barricade here. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Ah, great. Mexican flag. Love to see it. You know what I love as an American is to see foreign flags being waved in my country. Upside down American flags. So what the police are doing here, they're trying to make sure that the protesters stay off of this road that is right behind them. They're trying to clear out traffic here, build out a lane. Still, folks, what seems to be the case, these protesters in Minneapolis, they are still going somewhere. I think they are walking downtown. They're heading downtown.
Alright guys, so I took my gas mask off. They don't have them on, so that means they have no intent of pepper spraying or using any of the chemicals at the moment, at least. I think what they're trying to do, they're trying just to push them out of the area to make sure that here off Alameda, I think it's called, where the backside of where the vehicles come in and out of the federal detention center, it's clear. I think that's all they're trying to do, just by the way they're positioning in their line.
I'm looking for aerial footage, but I just can't seem to find any right now. Had some earlier.
Take this off. Why would we need this anymore?
No, that's why I took it out. Don't have it on. So don't have it on. They have no intention of doing any chemicals.
You take some out of it. You start pushing.
The way they're having this open, they want to make them think that they're going to kill them in. They're pushing them out of the area.
Oh. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to introduce this real quick. I now officially have a live feed from downtown Minneapolis. This seems to be live. So I'm going to keep tabs on this. Let's keep watching Los Angeles right now. But we have a Minneapolis live feed. In fact, I'm gonna do you folks this. We're gonna do something crazy here. Stand by here, ladies and gentlemen. This is a peaceful protest.
Can we at least agree the announcements are bullshit? Nobody can hear them. But hey, I like that we remembered to cover up the password on the back of the phone this time.
This is the guy that was spray painting on the ground, on the federal property, spray painting.
It's been half of 2026 till we got. Oh no, wait, it's been 2 weeks.
Nobody cares what you have to say, buddy.
So basically, what's happened is a lot of people in the street, not even the press, but
Nobody cares.
Their house. The DHS guys will go sit on their ass and get paid. As it is, and it never shall be. World without end.
This is similarly Minneapolis down here. I'll put that right there.
Every one of these names is an immigrant name on his fucking helmets, too. Fucked up.
I will tell you something. These members of the left, they have a very difficult time understanding legal versus illegal immigrant. They're out here saying like, "Hey, dude, police officer, your last name is Hernandez. Also, you're on the wrong side of the team, dude." It's like, well, there's a difference between legal Hernandez, the police officer, and illegal Hernandez, the Venezuelan Tren de Aragua gang member. Not every Hernandez is the same, right? There's a difference. It kind of depends on your personal circumstance. In fact, it's them, the members of the left, that are the ones, they are kind of making this racist or ethnic when otherwise it really kind of isn't, you know?
All right, guys, for those of you just joining at the moment, we're in downtown Los Angeles here off Alameda and Aliso, right in the corner of the Federal Detention Center. A group of people marched all the way from Pershing Square all the way down here to the Federal Building. The group has gotten a lot smaller than what it was, but they started throwing stuff into the Federal Building, started trespassing, and now they have LAPD out here.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Amazing. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Okay. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, update here for all of you. I've got something I'll show you here. This is coming out of Austin, Texas. State troopers are now going head-to-head against anti-ICE protesters.
Huh? Let's turn the audio on. Alright. Next to this guy, we're good here.
What's going on here? Ah.
You fucking pigs! You suck!
Listen, early on, the woman with the megaphone, she says, "This is an immigrant neighborhood. You need to learn Spanish. You need to learn Spanish if you want to be in this neighborhood because this is an immigrant neighborhood." How about, listen, you call me a far-right radical and extremist, I don't really care. Let's make it illegal to speak any language other than English in this entire country. It is now illegal. It is now illegal going forward to speak any language other than American in this country. Going forward henceforth. That is the new law. You gotta speak Spanish. Yeah, I don't think so. They will lure. They will lure. Or they will be deported.
From this location. You have 5 minutes to disperse.
5 minutes to disperse. You hear that? Dispersal order was just given. 5 minutes.
You're gonna videotape the abuse that you guys have been doing for the last over 200 days? Is that what you're gonna record? Huh? Is that what you're gonna record?
We have another point of view here. Well, do we? Well, do we? We'll give that a minute. Maggie Rose says, communists do not acknowledge borders, so there are no legal versus illegal immigrants. To them, yeah. To them, yeah. That's right. Effectively, they don't even acknowledge the existence of our country. No borders, no country. They don't even acknowledge that the U.S. is a country. We have a super chat up here on YouTube from Nightcare. Says, much love, Matt. We will win. I think so. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Freedom First, $25 super chat. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for tuning in tonight. I told you tonight was going to be a crazy show, and I really do think we're only getting going. As we've seen time and time again, as things get darker, the night goes on, things get crazier. Things get crazy. JD Delay says, conquered people, Concord land. Yeah, you know this whole deal where white Americans are expected to kind of apologize and say, oh, I'm sorry that my ancestors conquered the country. I'm sorry. Oh, white people are so bad. Yeah, fuck that. If I had a time machine, I would go back in time and I would help them do it. I would help them do it. Conquered land, conquered country. It is ours. No takesies, backsies. It is what it is. It sucks to suck, but that's the way history goes. That's the way that it is. We have a super chat here from City Tiger. It says, paintballs are cheap and available. I think that is the case. I'm taking a look around here. That's back at the vigil. The protesters in Minneapolis are on the march. Now, I'm going to take a look around here. DHS gets booty calls? What is she saying? What in the hell? Also, folks, this is a video from earlier today. What are we talking about here? What is this?
This is what we're dealing with on the ground. All over. That's right. Actually, I'm very respectful. And you're not respectful at all in any way. I just want to ask, do you believe in illegal immigration? Do you think U.S. taxpayers should be funding housing for illegals and medical care?
Smart man. He is so intelligent. This man, he's got nothing to say. He's got nothing to say.
I got a lot to say.
He's a big man.
Now,
He's a big man.
now I'm a Nazi.
What a big man.
Oh.
What a big man. Bye,
Crazy.
bye, big man.
I'm very respectful.
Bye, big man.
I'm very
These women, like, they should be taking care of their grandkids or like knitting a sweater or playing bingo or something. And instead they're out here like harassing reporters and trying to obstruct federal law enforcement operations. What is going on here? Remember when JD Vance on the campaign trail called all of these people cat ladies? He called them depressed cat ladies. Remember when JD Vance said that? He said, this country's being overtaken by a bunch of depressed cat ladies. I think he was right. So he was pretty much right about that.
very respectful. Here, this is the mentality. This is the state of the United States right now. This is what's going on.
This is the state of the United States right now. That seems to be the case. Now, these individuals, they were given a dispersal order. I think their time is almost up here. Wine-drinking cat ladies. Yeah, something like that. Whatever exactly he said, yeah. Meredith says, tell me that good outweighs the bad. Good outweighs the bad. There you go. I think it does. Hey, thank you. Thank you, Meredith. Good evening, by the way. Mikey says they might act like they don't recognize America as a country, but they sure as hell recognize the American handouts. Yeah. Yeah, it is an interesting dynamic. If they don't recognize the existence of the country, then why are they so mad about ripping all of the federal handouts away from the illegal aliens? You can't have either we're a country or we're not. Can't have it both ways. Thank you very much. See that doofus waving an upside-down flag that says "Kill Trump"? Does it actually say that? That flag there? Oh, does it say 8647? Yeah, okay. We all know what that means. Yeah, I think that's what it says. Yeah, good catch. Yep. We've got the Palestinian sweatshirt. Can I tell you something bad? Like, I hate to admit this. I've seen so many of these far-left protests, and they're always waving Mexican flags, Palestinian flags, and trans and gay, whatever the gay trans flag is. You've all seen it before. I always see these flags together. Mexican flag, Palestine flag, trans flag. Mexican flag, trans flag, Palestine flag. Now, my brain just kind of mixes them up. If I see a Mexican flag, I think, oh, he's gay. Oh, hello, you must be trans. If I see a Palestine flag, I immediately think, oh, so you're gay. Oh, okay. Oh, Palestine flag. Oh, you must be gay. Oh, you're waving a Mexican flag. Oh, you must be a trans person. Excellent. Hi, nice to meet you. My brain, because they're always together. They're always being waved together. My brain has just kind of mixed them all up. I don't know. Oh. Stand by here. Stand by here, folks.
All right, guys, for those of you just tuning in right now, have been watching for a while, the crowd has gotten a lot smaller because they're getting ready to kettle them in.
Kettle them in, good.
What that means is,
Good.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, here we go.
That means exactly
Here we go. Send them in. Let's go. Let's go.
Under PC, which is penal code under California 409.
They are now getting kettled. And I'm looking for another talk feed here.
So I'm just showing the officer my credentials real quick, letting them know that as they're pushed, I'll be moving along with them. But anyways, they're gonna push everybody out. People that did not want to stay in here took off already.
Oh. Got another one here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Excellent. Excellent. So this is an Antifa individual here up front with the shield. The shield appears to be a chopped up garbage bin. You just know this person spent like an hour in the mirror before coming out here, taking selfies, thinking, "Oh yeah, I'm so badass. I'm so badass with my ski goggles and my Home Depot painting mask and my garbage bin shield with illegible spray painted text that nobody can read. I am so cool, and my sweatshirt that I bought at Hot Topic. Yeah, I'm pretty cool." So this guy's got a new flag. No, same one. It's double-sided. That's what it is. And it says, yeah, 8647. That's a death threat, is what that is. Is what that means. We have a super chat here from Soaring Sparrow down here on Rumble. He says, "Matt, they found that 8647 flag while taking a walk on the beach." Yeah, it probably just washed up on the beach randomly. Yeah, good point. I forgot about that. Excellent point. Rumble Suck says, "Retards, thank you very much." True, I think they are. I think they probably are. Thank you very much. Oh, I've got to show you guys something. Turn on your own people. Okay, you are not going to believe this. Earlier today at the vigil for Renee Good in Minneapolis, a group of Native American shamans came down and held some type of ritual. Take a look. And, ladies and gentlemen, if you look closely, you can actually see that that one in the back is Elizabeth Warren. What in the living hell is going on? What in the hell is going on? You can always tell by the cheekbones, that's what I say. Just gotta take a good look at the cheekbones. Saturn Dreaming of Mercury says, "Time to bring out the active denial system microwave directed energy crowd control super weapon." What about, hear me out, what if we use the Jewish space laser? I've heard some people talking about those Jews, they have a space laser. What if we just get a hold of the Jewish space laser, right? I don't know. It's crazy times. We live in a crazy time. I just don't know what we should do. I guess I'm in a little bit of a silly mood tonight. I'm feeling a little bit silly tonight, folks. I apologize. Sorry. This is Rick Bennett. Thank you, Rick Bennett. I appreciate that. Thank you very much. So these cops have given, this is the LAPD, by the way, they have given dispersal order after dispersal order time and time and time again. At this point, they are all bark and no bite. All right. We've got the fat, loudmouth Mexican woman. Hey, somebody give this woman a megaphone. ASAP. Perfect. All right, there it is.
Are you gonna protect me from these people? Are you gonna protect me from your fellow officers right here? Because I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not doing anything illegal. So, Diaz, you got me, right? You got me. You're gonna protect and serve me, right? You just said you're here to protect and serve me. So Diaz said he got me. You got that? You saw that? Diaz said he got me.
Eaters of the Dead says, where are they going? I thought the revolution had begun. You beginning by backing down? This is no revolution, it's cowardice. Well, it's a little bit cold tonight. You need to understand, the revolution only happens when the weather is, you know, it's gotta be appropriate. It's gotta be shorts and tank top weather for the revolution to happen. It's a little bit too chilly. Today it's sweatshirt weather. So, maybe no revolution today. Man, we really have the hater bots out here in full force. This guy says Matt Morris is a bootlicker and gay. You know what? Can I tell you something? Everybody in my YouTube chat, on my Rumble chat, you guys are too nice. I actually forget what it's like to have people be mean to me. You guys are so nice every single day. I forgot what it's like to have rude people in the live chat. It's kind of nice. I kind of like it. I kind of like to have these crazy psychopaths in the live chat sometimes. It makes it a little bit funny. A little bit. It's a little bit funny. It doesn't hurt my feelings. It kind of lightens the mood. I can take a joke. This guy says, use Ukrainian drones on the protesters. This guy, he's waving his death threat flag out here. You know what? However, I am thinking about that phrase, bootlicker. You know what? I will go on the record here. Okay. Officially, I'm going to go on the record. If I could eat an entire boot, I would have to chop it up with a steak knife and eat on it. An entire boot. If I ate, chew it up, swallow it in my stomach, if I ate an entire boot, if that meant that all 50 million illegal aliens would disappear from the country immediately, I would do it. I would eat the boot. I would eat that boot in a heartbeat. I would sit here for 10 hours if that's what it took, chewing on the plastic and the rubber and the leather. I would eat the entire boot. If it meant I could snap my fingers and get rid of all 50 million illegal aliens. And by the way, I would do it because it is my patriotic obligation to do so. Okay? I would have to do it for love of this country. For love of the country. You gotta make the ultimate sacrifice. You too, right? Who's with me? Who's with me? We're having boot for dinner. Let's go. You'd have seconds? Double it. Give me a second serving. There you go. Oh, are we losing our feed here? No, we are good. Okay. We have another angle. We have another angle here. With some hot sauce. Please. Thank you.
I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Dorf at Arms, he said, oh, police are moving. Take a look at that.
They're gonna most likely rush behind everybody since there's only a little bit of people.
Good, apprehend them.
Everybody in.
Execute Order 66.
Gonna run down
It is
this
time.
side here. They're gonna start running this way.
Dwarf at Arms says, thank you for covering the chaos. I think we can all agree how crazy this is, but please, no one gets hurt or killed from the right and left. I'm with you. I do not want violence either. I'm with you. I hope we can find a way as a country to peacefully de-escalate from this entire situation that we have found ourselves in.
Unless they're gonna switch the line over. They're gonna get ready to come around. So what they're
Yeah.
gonna do?
What
is call
is this in
Kettle
Minneapolis over here?
everybody in. Anybody who's not pressed will be subject to arrest.
I'm gonna take a minute here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna try to find some more live footage from Minneapolis.
Stop.
Stepping back. I'm stepping back. They're moving out.
Last line over, they're running across. Watch them.
They're wrapping around. I think like probably 70% of these people are media. The other 30% are agitators. Although, you know, potentially some of the media are the agitators themselves, don't you think? Yeah, now they are kettling, that's right. Oh, we have lost our...
Forget.
What the hell's going on here? Hold up, stand by.
We're probably gonna head off soon. But
Shout out to Anthony, man.
make sure you support this man. He's driving out to Minneapolis. Support this man.
He hooked it up with the battery pack because I left it in the vehicle. Kind of returned the favor from last time, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So we're back to 70% on the battery.
We have little drummer boy down here. Gotta have that. Can you imagine living in Los Angeles or Minneapolis and it's like once a week or a couple times a month, you've got to deal with situations like this? Something is always pissing these people off. They come out, they're rioting, they're protesting. FLAPD, you're the biggest gang. Amazing.
They don't get shot, so instead they get the overtime off us, the people, because we ain't got no AK-47 to shoot. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. Y'all know y'all get shot. Y'all know y'all get shot.
They're all so stupid. Oh my good lord, they're all just so stupid. Oh.
Exactly. Y'all motherfuckers get shot out there right now.
You're over here in front of us because you know we're peaceful.
That's exactly right.
Peaceful protest.
They know we don't got no fucking AK-47.
You guys are a fucking shame. Fucking shame. You're gonna be on the wrong side of history. Fucking shame.
You ever see that old video? It's this old, like, Iranian guy, some Muslim guy. It's an old video, and he says, the problem with democracy is that the people are retarded. You know, he was, like, he kind of made a good point. That guy, whoever that guy was, he made a good point when he said that, though, for real, though. A lot of the people are retarded. Oh, we lost our TikTok feed. There we go. We're back. You're a Latina. Oh, they're pushing him back even more here. They are kettling them. They're rounding them up. Here we go. He wants a fist bump. What are you doing, buddy? This guy thinks he's special here. We've got a special snowflake here. This guy just you know what? I guarantee you he's filming a TikTok video. He's got some friend in the audience filming him, confronting the officers. This is going on TikTok. He just wants to be famous. I'm telling you, social media has made all of these problems so much worse. We got a TikTok content creator over here. Privacy Project says, hold up. Oh! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You messed that up? LAPD, ladies and gentlemen. LAPD. Dude, that is embarrassing. That is embarrassing. Okay, can somebody please arrest Little Drummer Boy? This drummer out here, we gotta do something about this. Thank you, Privacy Project. I agree. Very true. Thank you very much. There's still a lot of them out here. And they're getting kenneled. Oh, so guys, this is the federal building in the background right here. I would bet there is a group of LAPD far down this road behind them, and they're gonna pincer them. They're gonna well, really the proper word is kettle. They're kettling them. They're going to compress down on them and then probably detain all of these people. They're slowly pushing them back, and it takes time.
No, 49.7, Penal Code 49.7, State Bill 98 here in California protects the press. Although they have given a dispersal order, that does not apply to the members of the press.
Dispersal orders do not apply to members of the press. So that's probably why all of these people are dressing up like members of the press. They're all pretending to be members of the press. Donna Smith, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Good evening. Happy Saturday. LARPing is press. Yeah, right. Yeah. I'm out here scanning real quick for alternative points of view here to see if we can get any other angles. So stand by here, ladies and gentlemen. That is not. I will say real quick, ladies and gentlemen, if you are new to the show, please do me a solid, do me a favor, make sure to like that, hit that like button on Rumble and on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe and follow both on Rumble as well as on YouTube. We're live on both platforms right now. Thank you all very much for tuning in tonight. We're going to be here as long as this is going on. We will be here. Thank you, folks, very much for tuning in. They're slowly pushing them in. I'm trying to get a feed from downtown Minneapolis. Our Minneapolis feed is...
All right, thank you.
Oh, he's getting out.
I just figured it out. They have this little area behind them for press. Makes sense.
There you go.
And then we'll follow from behind.
Anyway, our Minneapolis feed is out in the suburbs a little bit at the site of the incident. At the vigil for Renee Good. But I'm looking for a downtown Minneapolis. Last night, they went berserk bonkers downtown. ABC 7LA. Hold up. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready? Everybody get ready to say, oh, wow, in the live chat.
No restreaming allowed, guys, besides smoke and scan.
In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Look at this. Now we have aerial footage of what is going on down here. Take a look at that. And now we don't have to listen to the drummer boy anymore. Look at that. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Now we have the aerial footage and we can slowly see these individuals getting corralled, getting kenneled in. That's good. And now no more drummer boy. That's right. Oh, wow. Amazing, right? And I am out here. Man, I really wish we could find a downtown Minneapolis live feed as well. I really wish we could. I'm going to take a look around Twitter and see if we can find any updates. Downtown Minneapolis. I'm seeing that LA City police in riot gear have just showed up. We've got footage of that potentially. Allegedly. Let's take a look at that. So this is what we've already been seeing here. So, folks, I will tell you what I think is kind of going on here. I think under normal circumstances, Minneapolis, Los Angeles, a lot of these blue states, blue cities, no thank you, sweetheart, no thank you. A lot of these blue states and blue cities, they would normally let these people riot and get crazy and let the mayhem unfold. But now you might notice they're not doing that. They actually are making an effort to crack down on all of this delinquent behavior. Why? Why now are the blue cities and blue states trying to keep their protests and keep their riots under control? The reason why is because they know if they don't, if things do get insane, if federal property does start getting damaged, then Trump is going all in. Trump will activate the Insurrection Act. He will take control of the National Guard in these states. He will flood the zone with more federal troops. And so I think because of that threat from President Trump, or ultimatum, whatever you want to call it, Trump has actually put pressure on these blue state politicians to police their own states and police their own cities. And of course, they're not doing it perfectly. But I think that if President Trump was not applying this pressure, saying, "Hey, if things get too crazy, we're going in," then I think this situation would be much crazier, like we saw over summer, where it did get it was just insane. So really, just by issuing a threat or an ultimatum, President Trump has already made these cities and states safer, just by nature of putting some pressure on them. So good, thank God, good. You know, we saw over summer with the No Kings stuff in Los Angeles, it was just nuts. The LAPD were getting stand down orders. They were not bringing out LAPD officers with riot gear. We saw LAPD officers getting attacked and beaten, and they were doing nothing in response. We saw police cruisers getting blown up. Remember the cruisers parked underneath that bridge? They were throwing rocks at them, throwing, sort of like aerosol bombs on them, lighting them on fire. And it's not going that way this time. No, it's not. No, it is not. And the difference here is, I think that Trump is kind of laying down the law a little bit. I think that's the big difference here. Everybody is spamming about somebody else. Hey, I'm just going to keep doing my own show. Hey, if you want to go watch somebody else, that's fine. I'm seeing like 5 people just spam the chat. I don't really know why you're doing that. Hey, I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know. We're doing this right now. Hey, Cam Higby's live. Guess what? I am also live. So I'm gonna keep on doing my own thing. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you for letting me know, though. You guys got to stop spamming. Thank you, though. Matt Cam is on. How about you guys go tell Cam that Matt is on? You guys go tell him that I'm on. How about that? Let's flip it there. Thank you very much. You guys got to stop spamming. It's unbelievable. Thank you, though. Thank you. Now, we have a big super chat here from Eric Seiden Stricker. He says, "Thank you, Matt, for getting rid of the drummer boy. We got rid of him. And slowly they are getting corralled. They're getting pushed back. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. No, I am totally happy with this feed. Don't worry. I'm happy. It's all good. You guys don't need to worry about a thing. We are watching this right now. It's all good. What really, as far as I'm concerned, the best point of view possible is aerial footage. My favorite is the aerial footage. We've got that. I am as happy as a clam. I'm as happy as a clam. I'm as happy as a cow in India. I'm as happy as an Indian cow. Thank you very much. Now we have some super chats down here, or rather Rumble rants down in Rumble. This is from Eggrab says, "I'll take Drummer Boy over the crap my teenager is listening to in the shower. You're entertaining to watch, enjoying your videos. Thanks for streaming tonight." Do you guys listen to music in the shower? Is it really, you gotta have some music in the shower? If I can be honest, Can I tell you what I do in the shower? I'll be totally honest here. I talk to my wife. My wife sits outside the shower and I talk to her. So when I'm showering, I'm soaping up. I'm having an early morning, in the morning conversation with my wife. Hey, how are you? How'd you sleep? What are we going to do today? What's on the schedule? I just talk to my wife, so maybe that's why I don't need any music, but I don't know. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, these teenagers, they're listening to the worst music. It pisses me off. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. This is Fiona. She says, you said you wanted the Minnesota feed. Oh, no, it's okay. I think it was maybe a misunderstanding. I appreciate that. Hold on. And you know what? Actually, we might end up needing that feed because our helicopter, I thought the helicopter was leaving, but no, we are actually good. Oh, listen, we are moving again. We're pushing them back. No. I didn't mean any disrespect. All I saw was like 100 people spamming the chat, and you guys know. Listen, if I see people spamming the chat, I immediately turn into a fascist authoritarian leader. I say, hey, hacha, you gotta stop spamming the chat. That's my one thing. No, I'm kidding. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it though. I think maybe misunderstanding. We have another super chat down here on Rumble from the Twilight Zone. He says, Matt, thank you for providing this coverage. My wife and I appreciate what you do today and every day. Hey, well, thank you. I'm really honored that you guys are tuning in as often as you are, especially on a Saturday night. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. I really do. Look at this. Look at the footage here. They are pushing them back. They are rounding these individuals up. They are. And you know what? Maybe it's about time. Maybe it's about time. You know what? We were talking about the pressure that President Trump has applied on some of these blue states. You know what? Maybe because of that pressure, we are not going to see any insane rioting or delinquent behavior. You know, because I'll tell you what, like we said, the second we have rioting, people getting crazy, really getting serious, attacking police officers at large scale, a lot of public damage or property damage, that is when President Trump sends in the forces, sends in the boys, right? Oh, what do we have? Look, okay, folks, we've got an individual down on the ground getting arrested. So we don't know exactly what this individual did, but they plucked him out of the crowd. They plucked him out of the crowd here. Face on the pavement, pick him up. They got him hogtied. And they're pulling him back. You know what? That is the Mexican woman who was yelling, "You're a bunch of bitches. The LAPD is the biggest gang in the city. You're a bunch of bitches." It was her. That is the woman. I recognize her. They snatched her up. Listen, cállate la boca, señorita. It is over. Thank God for that. She had it coming. I think she had it. Listen, she could not close her yapper. She was yapping. She was yapping and yapping and yapping. And you know what? They might be doing something else here. Take a look here. We have the perfect aerial view. They might be snatching somebody else up here. Oh, what are they doing? They may be trying to snag somebody else up here. A little bit of friction, a little bit of tension here. I wonder, I'm gonna be greedy here. I wonder if there was another aerial feed that we could look at. Is there another one? Los Angeles dispersal order protesters. It is, oh, okay, we're pushing it back. We're pushing again, folks. Have you guys noticed on YouTube, the big thing on YouTube is for all of these channels they are technically live, as we are now here on this channel, but they're actually just replaying old footage from yesterday or the day before. So they're live, and they're as far as YouTube is concerned, they are live. They're live now, but it's old footage from yesterday or 2 or 3 days ago. Man, the absolute bane of my existence. That should be illegal. This is illegal. You should not be able to do that. That really pisses me off. That is so annoying. It is so annoying. And you know what? Somebody said get the flag. I hope they do get that guy's flag. This guy is waving the 8647 flag. Yeah, listen, got to take that flag down. That is a death threat against President Trump, by the way. Oh, good evening, Zezla. Hi, Zezla. Zezla is one of my favorite viewers. Good evening. Good evening. Sorry, I am out here continuing to scan around looking for updates. Just go ahead and yoink that flag down. Fake live, fake news. That's right. Not here on this channel. Real live, real news. Oh, that guy came back. Portland Matt is gay. Portland Matt is gay. Can I tell you guys something here? You guys know that prior to really doing exclusively political content, which I started doing about a year ago exclusively, prior to that, I was a full-time streamer on Twitch. If you can even believe that. I was a video game streamer on Twitch. And my claim to fame was, yeah, we were playing games, but I was also talking politics. So it was politics and games at the same time for years and years and years. And you can imagine here, on a website like Twitch, which all of you know is extremely far to the left, radically progressive. This is the libtard containment echo chamber. That is what Twitch is. And me, you guys know I'm very far to the right. You can only imagine how abusive the people that were coming into the live chat, they would come in every single day, dozens or hundreds of them. Look at her. She's yelling at the police officers. I had people like her every single day coming in my live chat. Matt Morris, I hope you kill yourself. You're scum. You're the worst person ever. I'm going to find where you live and I'm going to come kill you. That type of stuff every single day, all day, nonstop for like 8 or 9 years. That's what I did before this. And so now I'm over here on YouTube and Rumble. And man, I'll tell you what, I'm not used to it. You guys are too nice. I'm not used to people being this nice to me. I spent about a decade of my life getting every single day death threats. Just about every single day over on Twitch. Because I was the one conservative over there on that far left website, and now I'm over here. I'm like, man, you guys are so nice. Man, you guys are too nice to me. I'm not used to it. I'm still not used to it. It's a little bit of a different vibe over here. I kind of like it. Oh, look at this here. They are gonna snatch this woman up. This woman with the black shirt. We got another yappy Latina down here. I'm sorry if that's rude. Is it rude to call her a yappy Latina? Well, I mean, she is. Well, the fact of the matter is, she is. And I would bet money here that within 10 minutes at most, she is getting apprehended. That would be my guess. She is getting detained. Clock's ticking. Clock is ticking, senorita. Thank you very much. Chihuahua, little yappy Chihuahua. Now we have a super chat from leaders.edu. He says, it is time. Time for what? You're probably talking about the Insurrection Act, dare I say. Oh, okay, we're pushing him back here. Thank you very much, by the way. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We have another one over here from, this is the type of situation where they would snatch somebody here. They'd go yoink. So we're keeping an eye out here. Slowly they are collapsing. They're rounding them up. They're going to collapse on him here pretty soon. Jimbo Foxy says, thanks, Matt, for this channel and what you do. I am an over-the-road truck driver and listen to your show daily as I do my thing. Keeps on keeping on. That's awesome. You're out there trucking, seeing the country, traveling the country. This country does not exist without our truckers. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. I'm remembering this old Simpsons episode where Homer Simpson becomes a trucker and then he flips on his autopilot and he drives the truck off the side of a cliff, I think is what happens. Thank you very much. You probably shouldn't do that. Thank you very much. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you very much. That was one of my favorite TV shows as a kid, was the old Simpsons episodes. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, sir. And keep on trucking, brother. And right now we're going to see if they successfully pull off any yoinks. Are they going to be yoinking anybody down here? Time will tell. Time will tell. We have another super chat here from the Privacy Project. He says, hey, American Patriots, Trump does save the U.S. and the West keeps falling. Would you guys be okay with the based far right-wing Australian refugees coming over there? It's getting crazy worldwide, folks. We might need to unite. You know what? I don't really know if this is a popular or unpopular opinion, frankly, amongst my fellow conservative Americans. So I might get in trouble here with my fellow right-wing Americans. Personally, I don't really have a big issue with upstanding, hardworking, white immigrants coming to the United States from Australia or the United Kingdom or elsewhere in Europe. Granted, they are productive members of society, respectful. They don't have a criminal background. They're not delinquents. That doesn't really bother me. The big issue I have is violent, criminally inclined immigrants from the third world that can't speak our language, etc. That really is my big problem. Now, we have another big problem here. Never mind. No, we don't. Temporarily, we lost our helicopter aerial footage here, but then we immediately got another one. So, okay, we're good. We are back. We have stabilized. However, we did. Seems like we lost our TikTok feed also. So stand by here, folks. I need to find another TikTok feed coming out of Minneapolis. So stand by here, ladies and gentlemen. Need to do a little bit of producing here. See what I can find. I will be honest. I will not lie. I cannot tell a lie. So far in Minneapolis, it is a little bit calm. Oh, folks. Okay, hold up. Before I speak too soon, I have a live feed out of Minneapolis downtown. The title of the broadcast is Minneapolis Downtown. So either that's happening now or that's happening soon, but we have another feed from Minneapolis. Okay. Okay. So we are anyway. I think we have stabilized here. We're back on the ball. Good. We're back on the ball. Excellent. Okay. No, if I can just be perfectly blunt and perfectly honest with you, like I said, I need to give you all the respect of my honesty, and this might make some people mad. It is important to me that the ethnic composition, the racial demographics of this country remains kind of what it was when the country was at its peak. The descendants, the racial demographies that built this country and made it great in the first place. It is important to me that that is revitalized and brought back. For a long time, this country was 95% ethnically European. I think it should probably remain that way. I think it should definitely remain that way. And right as I was getting into it, we lost our aerial helicopter feed again. So now we don't have any aerial helicopter footage. Come on. Come on here. So this is footage from earlier on in the day. That is totally irrelevant to what we're looking at now. Okay, stand by here, folks. We might need to go. Okay, we're back to IRT Media. That is fine. We're happy here. Okay. All right. Yeah, I mean, I don't think that anybody can really point to any country anywhere on the face of the planet that has gotten better by nature of taking more immigrants from the third world. In fact, we have a series of like 30 different countries over the last 10 or 15 years that have taken in millions, tens of millions of third world immigrants over the last 10 or 15 years. It's Canada, it's the United States, it's almost every single country in Europe, and not a single one of them has gotten better by nature of taking in millions of immigrants from the third world. So I think there is a lesson to be learned there. As it would turn out, diversity does not seem to be making us stronger. It actually seems to be a colossal weakness. It's a national security threat, seems to be the case. For a long time, when we talked about American diversity, it wasn't diversity of immigrants from everywhere in the world. It was diversity of immigrants from Europe. It was, and by the way, it was like legislatively, our immigration legislation between 1776, 1780, 81, all the way up until 1965, it wasn't diversity from everywhere in the world. It was diversity from European countries exclusively, legislatively. We were, as a nation, we were for 200 years, we were only and exclusively taking immigrants legally into this country from Europe. That's it. And then in 1965, we kind of tipped that on its head. We flipped it over. And you might notice after 1965, that's really when we started having a lot of our problems as a country. The country kind of has just gone downhill, to be honest. Kind of seems to be the case. KKK Matt, oh my God, can I tell you something? I had no idea about this. I had no idea about this until Christmas. My mom was over. My mom, you guys know I've talked about this. My mom is a very far to the left. My mom is a liberal. She was telling me that her grandmother, I never knew her. This is way beyond my time. So this would have been no, it was her great-grandmother. So my great-great-grandmother was a member of the KKK in Oregon. In Oregon. I didn't even know there was a KKK in Oregon. But yeah, I guess in like 1895 or something, I don't know, there was a KKK group in Oregon that my great-great-grandmother was a member of. I had no idea. I found that out like a month ago. Really, just like 2 weeks ago. I had no idea. You've learned something new. I said, my great-great-grandma, how could you? How could you? I had no idea. You learn something new every day. That's just the way it is, I guess. That's a part of American history. That's American history, I guess. For better or for worse, it is. It's a part of the deal. I guess so. You think that's bad? It gets even worse. While we're talking about family here, it actually gets even worse, if I can be honest. You guys know my wife is a German woman. My wife is a German woman. She's a German immigrant. She's been in the United States now for about 5 years. When we got married, she moved over here. Can you guess what her grandfather was doing in the 1930s and 1940s? Her grandfather. Not her great-grandfather, her grandfather. Can you guess what he was up to in the 1930s and 1940s? Yeah, it is exactly what you think it is. In fact, it's actually probably worse than it sounds. He was literally in the SS. He was an officer in the SS. My wife's grandfather. But once again, that's just kind of like, for better or for worse, that's just like German history. If you were a German person in the 40s or 30s, you were like probably a Nazi. That's just the way that it is. By nature of being a German in Germany back in the day, that's what it is. That's the way history goes. No, he wasn't Hitler. He was not Hitler. No. My wife is not Hitler's granddaughter. No. Not quite. Like pretty close though, but not quite. No. I don't think Hitler had any kids, did he? I don't think so. Maybe not. I don't think so. Oh, good grief. What a Saturday night, right? What a Saturday night. our daughter, we have a son and a daughter. Now we're just making small talk while we're watching these police officers kettle these far left agitators. Our daughter is learning German and English. She's about 4.5 years old. And so she speaks a little bit of German. We were at Costco about 1.5 years ago. So she was 2.5, almost 3 years old, our daughter. And at Costco, she had a meltdown. As toddlers do, she was having an emotional meltdown. She wanted like a chocolate candy bar. And we said, no, you're not going to have the chocolate candy bar. So our little American-German daughter in Costco decided to have a meltdown in German. And I kid you not, she was going, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9, 9. I said, sweetie, okay. She was screaming. She was yelling, sweetie, okay, calm down. 9, 9, 9. She sounded like a little Hitler, I kid you not. She was a 2.5-year-old girl. And she sounded like Hitler was ranting and raving. It was actually, in a way, it was kind of funny. It was, to be honest. And people were looking at us. It was like, okay, now we have a scene. Now we're making a scene. Okay. That is so, once again, that's just the way things go sometimes. Right in the middle of a Costco. Man, I really wish we could get that aerial footage back. I really wish we could. This is Richard Tarpley. He says, I have never done any podcast. Maybe I should start on Twitch. Tell me more, Matt. You know, I think you're probably better off without watching Twitch, to be honest. Twitch is just a hive of scum and villainy. You really don't need to go to Twitch. Rumble, YouTube, you're better off. Twitch, you don't need to go there. Take my word for it. I am looking for more of these live broadcasts here. Stand by here, folks. Stand by here, ladies and gentlemen. I would love it if I could, it was ABC 7 LA. Maybe they're going to bring back their live footage or their aerial footage. Not yet. Okay, I think what we're looking at right now is kinda the best that we have. I believe so. And once again, hey folks, if you're new to the show, do me a big time favor and make sure to follow, like, subscribe. It really does, sincerely, it really does help a lot. What I want to see here is this guy's flag get ripped out of his hand. This is an upside down U.S. flag that says 8647. That is a death threat, effectively, against President Trump. Egreb says, I too am of German heritage. My great-great-uncle on my dad's side worked in one of Hitler's distilleries. Wow. And my father-in-law was born and raised in Hamburg as well. It's a beautiful country. Germany is a beautiful country. We go over there. In fact, a little bit of a heads up. I'm gonna be in Germany for 2 weeks in April, I believe. I'm trying to figure out a way to continue doing my live broadcasts while in Germany, because we're gonna go on a 2-week-long family trip in April and go see the German in-laws. So I bought a laptop. I think I can probably still do my daily live shows, even in Germany. I'm gonna have to wake up at like 2 in the morning, but that's fine. So I'll be kind of semi away for 2 weeks, but really not really, I guess. Thank you, though. I appreciate that. President Trump said, yeah, these Germans, they've got good blood. The Germans, they've got good blood. I've got German blood in my veins. Remember when President Trump said that? And then everybody got mad at him. They said, oh my God, Trump is a Nazi. He's talking about the German blood.
Take off now and start getting on the road. This is pretty much over. All they're going to do is just wait, push, wait, push, wait, push.
This guy's saying it's over.
Somebody will be 2, 3 people, and that's it.
Time will tell.
7 hours in tonight. Stop and rest for 4 or 5 hours, and then
I will tell you what, I'll be honest. Oh, our feed over here on TikTok is frozen up. I will be honest. I am frankly shocked at how relaxed and really uneventful things are in Minneapolis right now. What I think has happened here, this is what I think has happened, is that everybody on the left, they all understand what is going to happen if they protest too hard or if they riot. If they riot, they know what is going to happen. What is going to happen? I'll tell you. President Trump is going to activate the Insurrection Act, and he's going to send in U.S. military forces and take control of the Minnesota State National Guard or California State National Guard. That is what is going to happen. And they know, everybody knows that is what is going to happen. As such, I actually think that they are deliberately kind of remaining calm because they don't want Trump to go all in, so to speak. Sorry, I just took care of that spammer. Thank you, folks. I'm sorry about that. I have banned this same guy. It's the same guy like 50 times in one night. That is what I think is going on. Oh, here we go, folks. Arrests are being made. By the way, we are watching IRT Media. Here's a link to IRT Media. Oh, big time arrest coming in. National Lawyers Guild, I'm an attorney.
Man, I was looking the other way. I missed that one.
Astounding. Move.
All right, guys, so I'm going to make it to the corner here. That way.
When I was a younger man, you want to know what I did to avoid getting involved in trouble like this? What I did was sit in my room and play World of Warcraft all day. Instead of getting in altercations with federal law enforcement officers or the LAPD or otherwise, I just stayed home and played World of Warcraft pretty much. And it worked. It worked. It actually worked pretty well. Imagine that. It worked pretty damn well. And of course I had a job. I was going to school and I had a job. That also took up a little bit of time. I had a job. I was gainfully employed. I was putting myself through university, and in my free time, I played World of Warcraft. That is what I did. Free Palestine. You know what we should do with Palestine? We should give all of that land back to the Philistines. We need to find the descendants of the Philistines, I guess. We got to give the land back to them. Who the hell knows? Goliath. We need to find Goliath's closest living relative. Yeah, we got another spammer. Yeah, that's right. That's right. No such thing. You know, if you want to have a totally tangential conversation here while we're watching this happen, I was reading a big archaeogenetic study into remains of Philistines. Like they found skeletons and bodies in burial sites, and they pulled them up out of the ground. And you can do genetic sequencing to kind of determine where they came from, who were they. So they were doing this on the Philistines. They determined, this is kind of complex, but the most commonly occurring haplogroup amongst the Philistines is R1b. For those of you that don't know, the R1b male paternal side haplogroup comes from Central Europe. I actually myself have R1b haplogroup. In fact, if you are like a white Western European person, you are probably R1b. I'm R1b, my brother, my dad. And so it's like kind of curious to think about. Right now, the leading archaeogenetic theory is that the Philistines actually were people from Central Europe. They took boats down across the Mediterranean and arrived off the coast of the Levant and settled there for a couple hundred years. And then were pretty much decimated. And then they died out. But that's the theory, like the scientific theory as far as I understand it these days. It's really curious to think about. So, you know, that doesn't mean that you are a descendant of Goliath, but it might mean that you and Goliath are both descendants of the same person like 10,000 years ago, which is kind of crazy to think about. Wild, huh? Small world, huh? Small world. Small world. We'll see if we have any more arrests happen tonight. Gotta appreciate the dedication of the spammer. This guy has come back on probably 10, maybe 12 accounts at this point. He's dedicated. He is a dedicated guy. It's true. It is true. They're Phoenicians. I don't think the Philistines were Phoenicians. I think they're a different group, kind of in the same area though. You know, there is a curious thing about the Phoenicians. A lot of people know Carthage, off the north coast of Africa, was for a long time Rome's biggest enemy, the Carthaginians. The Carthaginians were a Phoenician settlement. The Carthaginians were downstream of the Phoenicians. There's perhaps the most famous Carthaginian was Hannibal. Hannibal, the Carthaginian warlord, the general, who, for a period of 12 years, conquered the entire Italian peninsula, pretty much. He actually, this is a crazy historical fact, Hannibal took elephants, put them on boats, sailed them up into Europe, marched his armies with elephants, war elephants, across the Alps, down into Italy, and just decimated the Romans for a period of 12 years, and then he left. Imagine seeing hundreds of thousands of soldiers with elephants marching down across the Alps. Hannibal and the Carthaginians have arrived. And curiously, his name, Hannibal, etymologically, it comes from the word Baal. Baal, who is the god, the Phoenician god Baal, who's talked about a lot in the Old Testament. Baal. Not a nice guy, not a good god. Hannibal's name comes from Baal, the word Baal, Hannibal. Hanni means like man who worships Baal. Man who worships Baal. That was what his name meant. There's our crazy historical lesson of the day. There's our historical lesson of the day while we're waiting for the LAPD to make some more arrests. That would be quite a sight, seeing war elephants coming down the Alps. That would be crazy. Whoa. It is true. No, not Christian Bale. Christian Bale's a good actor, though. Christian Bale is one of my favorite actors. He's a good actor. That's the public service announcement. Yeah, there you have it. This guy's getting up close to those police officers. I would not do that. Look, this officer, he's got a smile on his face. He's happy to be here. Another day living the dream. Well, while we're sitting here waiting for action, is it okay? Do you guys want me to just keep on rattling off crazy historical facts? We can keep on going here. While we're talking about the Phoenicians, there's something crazy I think a lot of people have not heard about. There's a Greek writer, historian. His name is Herodotus. You've probably heard about him. He wrote a famous work. It's called Histories. And they say that Herodotus is the father of history. He was the first historian. He lived in the 6th century BC, so about 550 years before Christ. Long time ago, 2,500 years ago. Herodotus, a Greek guy, is his name. And he wrote this work he wrote called Histories. He wrote everything that he knew, or the Greeks knew at the time, about all of world history. He wrote about the Egyptians, he wrote about Greek history, he wrote about the Scythians, he wrote about stuff going on in the Levant, he wrote about the Phoenicians. And there was something very curious that he wrote about the Phoenicians. He said that there was an Egyptian pharaoh that paid a group of Phoenicians. Well, step back for a second. The Phoenicians at the time, they were known for being the best maritime tradesmen. They had the best boats. They were the most nautically equipped. They were the best seafarers of the time. If you needed something done on the ocean or the sea, you went to the Phoenicians. They were the guys at the time. And so Herodotus wrote that there was an Egyptian pharaoh that actually paid a group of Phoenicians to sail down through the Red Sea and circumvent the entirety of Africa. Because at that point, this is maybe, before Herodotus' time, this could have been 3,000 years ago. Nobody really knew how far down Africa went. How big was Africa? Nobody knew. And so an Egyptian pharaoh got curious and said, well, I'm going to pay the Phoenicians to take their boats and circumvent Africa and just follow the coast all the way around. And so they did. And so Herodotus wrote that the Phoenicians, they did successfully do this. And it took them, if I remember, it's been a while since I've read the histories. I think Herodotus said it took them 3 years. It took the Phoenicians 3 years to circumvent the entirety of Africa. They sailed down the Red Sea, around the coast of Africa, down by Madagascar, down bottom, around up top, down off the coast of South Africa, around the top, the west coast, and up back through the Strait of Gibraltar, back into the Mediterranean Sea, and then back home, back to the Levant where they lived. And this guy is spamming here. It's unbelievable. Listen, man, can't we relax? You're really making me work. I have to ban you every five seconds. It's unbelievable. And so that when I read that blew my mind. How crazy is that? That, I don't know, maybe 3,000 years ago, a group of Phoenicians circumvented the entirety of Africa. That's crazy. That's a pretty big journey. It took them 3 years. That's a big journey. Yeah, you learn something new every day, huh? Yep. Austin, Texas. Hold up. Let me take a look here. Allegedly, something is happening in Austin, Texas. Not that I see. I'll check one more.
Where the whole craziness is happening right now, guys. That's why I'm heading out there. That's where it's crazy, guys.
Well, the thing is, like, there kind of is nothing crazy going on in Austin, Texas right now. Or in Minnesota, maybe Austin. But it's been kind of a quiet night in Minnesota, to be honest here. I am taking a look at Twitter. I'm scanning around here. Well, I'm checking. I just want to see. So stand by here, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this is what I see reported by Fox News. This is 40 minutes ago. Police take down a group of agitators blocking a street in Austin. And good lord, good lord. And yes they did, and yes they did. They did in fact take out a group of agitators on the streets of Austin. This was about 45 minutes ago. If there's any police that you would not want to mess with, it's like probably police in the state of Texas. You probably don't want to mess with Texas police. I've got another video coming out of Texas here. I'm going to put this up on the full screen, actually, in fact. So stand by here. Where is that? There it is. There it is. So this is in Austin, Texas. Oh, what is that they are burning? Is that the Texas state flag that they're burning? Is that what that is? That wasn't a U.S. flag. Oh, they're blasting them with pepper balls. They are unloading on these guys. Look at that. You shouldn't have burned that flag. Should not have burned that flag. I bet that guy's having the time of his life. So that was just recently. Good for them, good for them. Yeah, I don't think they're happy. Those protesters are not happy, huh? We have a big super chat here from Melissa Level. She says, thank you, Matt. I think Trump's strength and more people are seeing through these paid agitators, these protests lose credibility. You know what I think actually here? I think the far left, they are becoming demoralized. I think they are becoming hopeless. I think they are realizing that if they scream and they complain, Trump is only going to double down. I think that's a part of it. I think they also know at the same time that if they scream and complain too much, meaning if they really riot and start causing a lot of damage, then Trump will use that as just cause to really flood the city, whatever city it might be, with even more federal officers and maybe even U.S. military personnel. So they know they're kind of in a situation where it's like they are damned if they do, they are damned if they don't. Trump has put them in a situation genuinely where now at this point they are really just completely hopeless. And so I think a lot of this activism, if you can call it that, I think it is dying down. I think it is slowly dying down. Trump is successfully crushing this movement. I think he is. I think it's fair to say that. And now we are losing at this point a lot of our live footage. Okay, we still have some here. I'm going to put this up on the big screen. You can see, though, tonight was notably less hectic than kind of everybody thought it would be. Trump is crushing this movement. Trump is crushing the resistance. The resistance will be crushed. Thank you very much. The true Andrew King says old Arnold's dad was a Nazi soldier. Arnold Schwarzenegger's dad. Yeah, I think I heard that. If you were a German person or an Austrian person back then, that's just kind of what happened. That is just the fact of history, I think. Oh, look at that. Look at that here. Tim Neal, he says, if you broadcast from Germany... Oh, an arrest. We have an arrest. He just grabbed another one. He's a veteran, they're saying. Listen, guess what? Veterans don't get to attack police officers. Even if you are a veteran, you still have to follow the law, just like everybody else. Hate to break it to you. Unbelievable. The great yoinkening, yep. They're yoinking left and right. Anyway, as I was saying, Tim Neal says if you broadcast from Germany, you might want to brush up and see if they have hate speech laws. You'd be broadcasting on their networks and soil. That is true. That is true. In fact, they have a law. It's called NetzDG, which is a super long German word. My German is like okay, but it's not that great. Netzwerk Deutschen Grundgesetz. Anyway, let's call it NetzDG. It is effectively an anti-free speech law that the Germans have, and so yes, if I'm in Germany, it is like a semi-problem. I'll be honest, when I am in Germany here, it'll be in April. We're going to be visiting family. If I'm doing the live broadcasts over there, I might need to kind of watch what I say. Just like legally, I might need to kind of bite my tongue a little bit on certain topics. Because they will arrest somebody or fine them. It is true, and they have done that. They do that. They do. Yes, they do. Scotty Cartenson, he says, love your channel, keep it up. Hey, thank you. Thank you for tuning in on a Saturday, of all nights, a Saturday. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And what a great night. We're seeing some arrests. We're seeing far-left agitators getting held accountable to some degree. Good. That's what I like to see. That's what we like to see. Falcon Disciple says, maybe if we promoted the revenue generation from arrests to these blue cities, they might enforce the law more aggressively. You're telling me if these blue cities and blue states made more money, then they would be able to enforce the law? I don't think that's a problem because crime rates are oftentimes higher in states that have a higher state GDP, like New York and California. They, as far as U.S. in fact, those might be the top two states, GDP-wise, New York and California. At a minimum, they're top five, right? Anyway, these states are lawless liberal hellholes. So very clearly, GDP or state revenue does not equal criminal justice. The desire has to be there. The desire has got to be there. You got to have the people, the legislators, the governors, the mayors, that actually make it happen and hold people accountable. The desire has got to be there. I want to see some more arrests. That's what I want to see. Matt, nuns are better than you, but you are second to none. Ha ha. Ha ha. Thank you. Thank you very much. Don't these protesters know that they make us want to work harder? Their activism is having a counter effect. You will remember during the first Trump administration when Trump was surrounded by rhinos, both in the House and the Senate, and even his own administration. And also, frankly, national support for mass deportations was a little bit lower. A fewer proportion of Americans were diehard, like, we got to get these people out of the country. The problem hadn't reached its apex yet, like it did during the Biden administration. The Biden administration really red-pilled, radicalized a lot of people, woke people up, really to the dynamic that we have here with this never-ending immigration. People really began to understand, yeah, this is a problem. And so anyway, the reason I say this is because during the first Trump administration, I need to be honest, there were a series of events where the leftists, they protested, they rioted, the left-wing media was preaching their propagandistic bullshit, and Trump, the Trump administration, they did kind of capitulate. Does anybody remember in 2018 when the left-wing media was talking about how Trump was putting kids in cages, the kids in cages narrative? Trump is a fascist, he's separating families, he's ripping kids away from their parents, he's putting the kids in cages like they're a bunch of zoo animals. Trump actually walked that policy back. He stopped doing the family separations at the border because the backlash, the media and national backlash, it was big. It was big time. And then Joe Biden got in office and the situation just became absolutely insane. And we all realized we can no longer keep doing this. We do need to stop this inflow of immigration. We do have to shut the border down. We do, in fact, need mass deportations. You know, if you look back in 2018, percentage of Americans that were in favor of mass deportations, it was low. It was like 38, 39, 40%. Now it is 55 or 60 or 65%. I see some polls saying 65%. So there's been a huge shift in the, American perception insofar as this topic goes. We've onboarded a huge portion of this country, another 15 or 20% of Americans. We've brought them over to our side of the aisle on this topic, saying, yeah, we do need mass deportations. It is very hard to carry out a mass deportation operation like this if you don't have the overwhelming will of the American people. Trump, I don't know, it was iffy during the first term. There was a lot of pushback. Now after 4 years of Biden, now it's like, we are doing this. You can complain about it. You can scream. You can melt down. You can cry. You can complain on CNN or MSNBC. It does not matter. The deportations are happening. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. So, in a lot of ways, Joe Biden stepping into the White House for 4 years, I'm not going to say he won because he did not win, but the four years during which Biden was in the White House, that in a lot of ways actually was a gift. It was a gift to us in a lot of ways because it really woke a lot of people up. It also, I think it even radicalized President Trump. I think President Trump, he was already serious. He was playing no games in his first term, but after watching his work get undone for 4 years, after watching the Democrats destroy this country and try to ruin his legacy for 4 years, I think Trump came back. He wanted revenge. Trump came back. He was a man on a mission. He had a fire lit under his ass, and he did. And that's where we are now. And that's where we are now. It is also, I mean, if you look at the people he was surrounded with during his first term, the first Trump term, you look at Congress, you look at the Senate, it is possible that if Trump had remained in the White House following the 2020 election, that he would have kind of had a lame duck second term. He's surrounded by do-nothing rhinos. He's surrounded by Republicans that actually don't even want him to be successful. By nature of getting kicked out of the White House for 4 years, Trump had 4 years to get pissed off every day. He became increasingly pissed off. That's a good thing. And every single day, I need to ban this guy in the chat. Unbelievable. And every single day, he was able to build out a political coalition. He was able to build a team. Trump didn't really have an effective team his first term. Now he does. Now Trump does have an effective team that is able to kick ass. You need the right people in the right position. It's not a one-man show. It's more than getting the right man in the White House. You need the right administration. You need to have the right border czar, Tom Homan. You got to have your Stephen Miller. You got to have your Tulsi Gabbard and your Pete Hegseth and your Marco Rubio. You got to have the right people in the right position to really get some momentum here. And Trump like kind of didn't have that his first term. Now he does. And so that, I think, is why we are seeing things happen so fast this time. Compare what's going on now to the first term. We're moving at light speed. Kristi Noem, we got a Kristi Noem. That's right. There's too many to name. I apologize if I missed anybody. JD Vance, yeah, that's right. That is right. Stop banning people. No, I'm going to keep on banning people. You know, here's my policy towards banning people in the Rumble chat or the YouTube chat. I view my community here on YouTube and Rumble almost like we view our country. We can't have delinquent, psychotic people coming in this community, in this live chat. They're not assimilating. They're causing crimes. They're causing drama. They're not assimilating. We don't want everybody coming in this chat, coming into this live chat. Much in the same way that we don't want everybody coming into our country. Sometimes you need to carry out, first off, you got to have a closed border. You got to close that border. Second off, sometimes you might have to carry out a deportation. Sometimes, in fact, you need mass deportations. And so sometimes I look at my live chat, I say, man, this guy's got to get deported. We got to deport that guy. You are getting deported. You are getting deported. You are getting sent to CCOT. We are putting you in a medieval style trebuchet and launching you into the ocean. Shoo! We got to get rid of these people sometimes. They're coming in here. They're causing problems. Some of them, I assume, are good people. But somebody is spamming the chat. Somebody is doing the chat spamming, and we can't tolerate that. Come on, give me a break. Get real. You got to do a little bit of gatekeeping sometimes. But, listen, all of you that are well-adjusted members of this community, sincerely, thank you. Thank you very much. For every one ridiculous, crazy person coming in here, we've got 10,000 great people. Okay, so you guys are the great ones. You've made it through. I appreciate all of you. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Folks, I'm going to be honest here. Tonight is a much slower night. It's a much more relaxed, uneventful night than any of us had expected. And that's in both Minneapolis and that is in California, Los Angeles. And really the reason why is I really think that all of these far left agitators, politicians, they know for a fact that if things get too rambunctious, Trump is going in. Trump is giving the order. Insurrection Act, National Guard, we're going in, troop surge, boots on the ground. And that is not what the Democrats want. And so I really think that they are like hanging back. They don't want any trouble. They don't want that smoke. Okay. They can't handle the heat, so they're staying out of the kitchen. I think that's what's going on here. Trump has made them bend the knee. They've surrendered pretty much. Because keep in mind, everybody says a lot of the protesters are paid for. And I think you're right. So what does it mean? If the protesters are not out here causing problems, then whoever's paying them is actually instructing them behind the scenes. All right, tonight we're not doing it. All right, guys, listen, tonight we're not doing it. I'm not paying you to go out there tonight because we don't want to start a riot and then have a bunch of National Guardsmen marching into the streets. That is counterproductive to my evil George Soros plans. So we are not deploying the Antifa squad tonight. No Antifa squad, no riots tonight. Trump has put us in a little bit of a bind. We're not going to do it tonight. They bent the knee. They bent the knee. And so I think that's where we are. I think that's my assessment for the night. It's been pretty quiet, to be honest here. Frankly, it has been. I'll take a look at this super chat here down on Rumble. This is from Angela Reynolds. She says, "Thank you for deporting idiots from the chat. We are deporting them back to Idiotistan, Idiotistan, Stupidistan." What is going on over here? Some conflict over here. By the way, Angela, Mrs. Reynolds, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think something is happening.
Oh, how'd she get handcuffs? That girl got handcuffs?
Someone's getting handcuffed. Nazis. Really just astounding. Pretty much the logic is this: anytime a police officer arrests anyone under any circumstance, the police officer is a Nazi. Pretty much enforcing any law ever for any reason makes you a Nazi. Having laws, even having laws, makes you a Nazi. Okay. Okay. If that's what it is. If that's what they're saying.
Or unscared? Both?
So many ads popping up during this so-called live stream. It is a live stream. I am live. I am alive. Modding your chat makes you a Nazi. Yeah, banning people in your live chat makes you a Nazi. Today I learned. This is Skol Valkyrie. She says, by the way, thank you. She says, I think the lack of organized riots is not only Trump's resolve. I think the money flow has been disrupted with Antifa being declared a domestic terror org. They have to funnel money other ways. I think so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think really shutting down a lot of these crazy riots, far-left domestic terrorism, there's no one easy solution to stopping it. I think you have to go for the money. You've got to designate them a terror. You got to shut down. You can shut down USAID. You got to shut down the far-left slush funds. You know, you got to actually arrest the really crazy people. It's all of it. And you have to take a comprehensive approach to solving the problem. And I think so far that is what the Trump admin has been doing. Speaking of arresting.
Just occasional arrests.
Speaking of making arrests.
Funny you asked. Funny you asked.
Hi, Liz Cat. Good evening, Liz Cat. You got to stop the Somalian warlords. Yeah. You got to shut down the Leering centers. It's all of it. Okay, hombre. So far, Minnesota has lost in the last week or 10 days. The Trump administration has ripped away $350 million from Minnesota ballpark. Right around $350 million. Something like that. That's a lot of money. It's $333 billion. And by the way, I'll tell you, this is my guess here. I would suppose that after Trump is done kind of gutting Minnesota, and by gutting I mean ripping away the funding, I mean shutting down the fraud, and I mean arresting all of the crazy illegal alien and far left criminal delinquents. So after Trump is done gutting Minnesota, guess where he's going next? I think Minnesota is just the first of many stops that these federal officers, if you're one of these federal officers, you're going to have a busy year, a busy couple years, these guys, because I think we are going to California next. I would suppose that there's going to be a massive surge into California after we kind of wrap up with Minnesota. That is my personal guess. But time will tell. This is Mr. Schroeder. Hey, good evening. Good evening, sir. Thank you for tuning in. He says, just stop to support what you do. Thank you very much. Hey, thank you. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that. Thank you very much. I really do. Listen, I really believe I've got the most generous, kind, really supportive community out there. I really do think that. You guys are something else. You guys are making me blush. Thank you very much. Ohio is up there. I think you're right. Ohio has got to be up there. That is right. New York, I would suppose New York is up there. A little surprise for Mamdani. Wouldn't that be nice? Dude, you know what Trump should do? Trump should flood the streets of New York with federal officers during Ramadan. Right? Hold up. When is Ramadan? Ramadan 2026. February 17th, 2026 through March 19th. February 17th to March 19th. Flood New York City during Ramadan. Dude, let's go. How awesome would that be? How crazy would that be? Let's go. Let's go. Send them in. Let's go. Deploy. Over and out. We're going in. A little Ramadan surprise. A little Ramadan surprise for Mr. Mamdani. Mr. Mamdani. A little Ramadan gift. We'll see. We might be flooding the zone. That's not a bad idea. Hey, listen, that's not a bad idea. We should maybe think about that. If anybody here has Donald Trump's phone number, give that guy a phone call. Let him know. Send that guy the message. Ramadani. Yeah. That's not a half bad idea. I am taking a look around Twitter here to see if we have any emergent updates here. Oh, a little bit of a recap. Remember that individual we saw in Los Angeles? This guy. This guy with the painted red face. They got him, I think. Oh, no, it was someone else. They got someone else.
Hold it. I think she's a Santa. Hold the line. Tighten it up. Barrier to barrier. Hold it.
There's always one transgender battle commander. Did you hear that? Hold the line. Hold the line. Barrier to barrier. Like, yeah, okay. There's always one battle commander, the transgender person. Hold the line. Barrier to barrier. We will not let them break us apart. Do not let them divide us.
Yeah, they got someone. Hold the line, hold the line, hold it. I think she's a strap on. Hold the line, tighten it up, barrier to barrier, hold it.
Fuck you up! I'm on you! I'm on you! Hey, look at me! Look at me, you motherfucker! You're about to fucking cry!
Yeah, he's mad. Yeah, that guy's mad. Big mad, cry baby, big sad. So there was an arrest. Where were we? Here we are. There we are. And there we are. Oh. Dispersal orders. Raise your hand if you would like to go to jail.
If anybody would like to go to jail willingly, raise your hand.
What is your screensaver? There is my screensaver. There you go. It's a nice painting. I think it's called the Isle of the Dead, I think is what the painting is called. Good question.
This guy's a jokester.
No, I don't want to go to jail, though.
Appreciate you, Michael.
A group of young men have started throwing gang signs at ICE officers in Minneapolis. Ah, interesting group of young men, I can already tell. Curious. I am so happy I am just so happy we have these people in the country. I think these people really make the country better. America is much better off with these people inside of it. They really make the country a better place, right? Uh-huh. You love it. You love it.
Damn. Appreciate you, Michael. Shout out, Michael.
Matt, do you have Cam's number? I don't have anybody's number. I have 4 cell phone numbers saved in my phone. My mom, my dad, and my wife. And beyond that, I don't have any friends. I have no friends. You guys are my only friends. And that's really the truth of the matter. So no, I have nobody's number. That's 3. Yeah, that is 3. I have my own number saved in case I forget it. I need to remember my own number in case of emergencies. Good catch. Oh boy, take a look at this. We have a breaking news libtard meltdown.
And like, I'm just fucking curious, are we great yet? Are we fucking great yet? Are we a great country? Is this one? It's fucking great! Huh? Americans working their fucking ass off 50, 60 fucking hours a week to have nothing to show to it? Are we fucking great?
You want to know why you work your ass off and you have nothing to show for it? It's because all of our money is being stolen by immigrants from the third world. It's because all of our money is either being sent abroad to other countries to pay for their shit, or because we've brought third world immigrants into our country and they are stealing our shit. That is why, lady, you have to work your ass off and you've got nothing to show for it. So yes, we're not great yet, but we're working on getting there. We are working on getting there. No thanks to President Trump. Thank you, President Trump. Everybody say, thank you, President Trump, for finally helping make this country great.
Is America great where ICE agents are shooting citizens in the fucking street and the government's saying it's self-defense? Are we fucking great? Yeah!
Whoa. Good Lord. Listen, I have to say something here that honestly at this point in time is incredibly controversial. I'm going to get in trouble for this. It has become very vogue, very popular to make fun of white women. Everybody right now is blaming all the problems on these white women. White women are ruining the country. Little bit of a reminder here. 54% of white women in this country, in fact, voted for Donald Trump. 54% of white women in the country voted for President Trump. So listen, before you start unilaterally trash-talking white women, never forget, 54% of them voted for President Trump. Also, there's another thing I need to say here. And this really is what I'm going to get in trouble for. I will get in trouble for saying this, but I do need to say it nonetheless. Never forget, white women are the only women capable of creating white babies. That is something, frankly, very important and very special. It is worth remembering.
I'm so tired. I didn't eat lunch. Oh yeah, you didn't miss anything. It's like, whoa!
Whoa! God, that was the guy up in their face a half hour ago. They finally got that guy.
What the legal observer they took?
They had been looking at that guy for a while.
What the hell? That lady's... Oh, they pushed her back. What the fuck? They just threw her back. They had a freaking attorney that they grabbed and then threw her back. That was so random.
Where's my attorney?
Egg Grab, I see that Rumble rant down there. True. Yes. Yes. Very true.
I wonder why they took that kid. I didn't see him do anything wrong this whole time.
Yeah, like the one who was complying. No, literally, if anything.
No, that guy was up in their face a half hour ago. I remember that guy.
They're actually dumb enough that they to do that, or if they were deliberately trying to reinstigate this whole thing. They just made this whole thing last another half hour.
Oh, wow. I've got something very curious to show you guys. This is going to be very strange. This woman was spotted at over 100 different protests and admitted to being a, quote, professional.
I'm right now I'm representing myself, and I'm representing the folks at Rise and Resist who have been trained
so Rise
to
and
be
Resist.
marshals.
How much do they pay you to wear this vest?
Absolutely nothing.
Really?
So I did some digging, and the woman trying to stop my interview is named Karen Shaw. She is a professional protester.
Her name is Karen. Come on, listen. 2 minutes ago, I was out here defending white women. I'm doing my best, okay? And then we have this lady, and her name is literally Karen. Come on.
I found her at almost 100 different protests. Let's look at her portfolio, shall we? Here's her outside Trump Tower saying TikTok time's up. Here's her saying ban guns, not drag. Amazing. This is her telling us that lies have consequences. She is also very passionate about abortion. Even in the video right now, she's just wearing a hat that says abortion on it. Sometimes she gets less creative, though, and just holds a sign that says in.
So pretty much abortions are a modern day sacrifice to Moloch. There's really no other way to look at it.
Enough. Now, here I found her working with a different professional protester that I've exposed. This is Stuart Waldman. He was there when they raised the Palestinian flag over City Hall in Rhode Island.
Everyone knows you.
Everyone knows me?
You are. They know what you do.
I know what you do as well, Stuart Waldman. You are on the board of RiseandResist.org, the company that is paying people like Karen for a second job as a professional protester. And the donation link to give you money is just Act Blue, which is the fundraising platform for the Democrat Party. That's who you are, Stuart Waldman. Now back to Karen. I found her with another professional protester that I've exposed. This was back at the Tesla protest. This is just a few photos of this other professional protester out of maybe 50 that I found.
She's everywhere. This lady is everywhere. That is insane. That is insane. Wow.
Communicating with the public your message, capturing the moment with your phone, with your cameras. Please get on the sidewalk.
Dispersal order going out. Yet another dispersal order.
Everybody else, leave the area.
We've got the drummer boy. Guess who's back? Mr. Drummer Boy.
Michael, I appreciate
You can't make it up. Oh no.
I can't answer.
Was he even 18?
We have another video coming out here. Liberal lesbians are going to get even more people killed.
And just so we're clear, if a masked man reaches in my vehicle or stands in front of it to block it, I'm hitting the fucking gas. I'm hitting the fucking gas.
Well, then you're probably going to die. Like, yeah, you are probably going to get shot. Because that is what happened last time a mentally ill lesbian liberal did that. She got shot in the face. So I actually, listen, for your sake, I highly recommend you don't do that. You should not do that. That is a very dumb and dangerous thing to do. Astounding. Ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell you what. I think tonight is going to end up being an uneventful night. I'm looking over in Minneapolis. I'm keeping tabs on Minneapolis. There's nothing going on. It is as dead as a doornail in Minneapolis right now. And in LA, seems like things are pretty much done also, to be honest with you. Things are pretty slow, and I'll say again, I'll say why. I think the far left has realized that if they do riot, if they do get too rowdy or rambunctious, President Trump is going to go scorched earth on them and invoke the Insurrection Act, continue to flood the zone, as they put it, deploy National Guardsmen, etc. And they do not want to handle that. They do not want to deal with that. Okay, so I think that's why things have been pretty mellow tonight. So I am going to wrap it up. I'm going to wrap it up so I can go have some time with my family and go have dinner. And then I'll be back tomorrow. Of course, I'll be back tomorrow. There's always new stuff to talk about. So, folks, we'll be back tomorrow. I want to say sincerely, thank you, every single person, both on YouTube and on Rumble, for tuning in tonight. Thank you very much. Make sure to like and subscribe and follow. Do it all. Do it now before you forget. Thank you very much. And we will be back tomorrow, and we'll be breaking down whatever news there is tomorrow. We'll be covering it. So, everybody, until then, God bless. Stay safe. Thank you for tuning in. And tomorrow, we will hit it again full force. We're back at it. No brakes on this train. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you very much.